Last topic, and this is usually, folks, I try to bring something to the table that's informational, educational. I try to, I put my own 2 cents in. I think that's why you guys come here, is to listen to me and Elsa and what we have to say. And I try to offer a solution or at least some sort of visibility or something along those lines. This is something that I honestly, I don't have an answer for. We are in this, so please chime in in the comments, contact me on the socials if you've got an idea, but this one's, I don't know what to do with this. We're in a persecution versus prosecution mindset nowadays. And let me kind of delineate the two, and you'll see where I'm going with this. So prosecution is legal, okay? This country, one of our founding principles is innocent until proven guilty, okay? Prosecution. So you go through the legal process based on facts and evidence, right? Brought against you or against someone else. It's procedural, and then there's a determination made based on laws and facts. Okay? It's pretty simple. Now, it does get a little dicey when we start to split between civil and criminal proceedings, because they're two very different things with very different vocabularies. And our media likes to manipulate those depending on the perception they want to have. Okay. Now, we can educate people on the prosecution side of our society right now, to include the civil versus criminal, right? Prime example, and I said this a couple of times a couple of weeks ago, President Trump was held liable, okay? Not guilty, liable for, and it's the E. Jean Carroll case, right? Sexual misconduct or whatever it was, not a criminal charge, okay? Decades later, whatever, a civil case determined that he was liable for whatever she accused him of. That is not the same thing as criminal, okay? Our media likes to exploit the lack of knowledge, the lack of education of the American public, and make it seem like President Trump was convicted of a crime. He was not, okay? Very important distinction. So there's that, right? That's the prosecution side. What we've got a predominance right now of is the persecution side. Okay. And I kind of wrote these down because I was trying to flesh this out in my own head. So this is in the court of opinion, persecution. Okay. Court of opinion played out in the media, not in any kind of courtroom. This is where cancel culture has come from. Okay. There's little to no legal recourse or ramification associated with this when you get it wrong. And it thrives on, not just takes advantage of it, thrives on a lack of education. A couple of examples. Stephen Colbert, not a fan. I think the guy's a jackass. He, a few weeks ago, decided that he was going to offer that there were some less than wholesome things going on in the royal family, that there was an affair going on between Prince William and another woman and Princess Kate and all this other stuff. And turns out Princess Kate has cancer. And there's been a couple of medical procedures, and there's some other things going on, right? So because it was salacious, because it sounded good, because he knew it would draw in viewers. He decided to make some horrible comments about for as far as all of us know, a very functional and loving family, who's truthfully probably the cleanest part of the royal family's had in generations. And he decided to, talk shit about her. Horrible. No recourse. He did get a stern letter from her lawyers, a cease and desist, and he apologized on air. But there's no ramification to that, right? Court of public opinion. That's what he decided to do. He just decided to make up something, or he decided to take a rumor that he heard and, publish it all over the place. Just a shitty thing to do. This goes on all the time. It's going on today, right? Sean Puff Daddy Diddy Combs, right? P. Diddy, whatever he is. 2 homes raided, right? Department of Homeland Security. Okay. The word was human trafficking. That was it. Immediately, all over the internet. People who don't know jack, they don't know why, they don't know what. Memes everywhere. Sean Combs, did he? That guy's he's gonna have a rough time for the next few years, because no one is gonna remember why. If nothing else happens in this, they raided his home, they got whatever they were looking for, they didn't get whatever they were looking for. There's gonna be no apology from DHS, whatever agency kicked his front door in. There's no apology from them. Nothing. But the memes are already out there. They're already out there. People are already making assumptions. They're already saying things. They're already equating him to Epstein, Epstein's Island, all kinds of stuff. And there's going to be no legal recourse. And let me tell you, that guy's got the cash to go after somebody if he chooses to. But there's so much of it. And as soon as it hits the social media, the internet, there's too many people out there. And everybody runs with it. And it gets crazy and out of control. All right. And there's tons of this going on. Tons of it. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Okay. Everybody is subject to this nowadays, because we are no longer, the nation of innocent until proven guilty. None. We go after people, and then, well, my bad. Sorry. No big deal, right? You might, you ruin somebody's life doing this stuff. But nobody cares. And it's this, right? It's our desire, it's our need as a nation and as humanity, to move information like that around, to say things that, everybody's a keyboard warrior. And they say things and they do things and they make, claims and they make accusations and all this stuff with there's no recourse. There's nothing to hold them back. There's nothing to stop them. And so we are now a nation of prosecution or persecution. And I would tell you that we've gone more to the persecution than anything else. And it's not just people we go after, it's topics. It's, there are so many people who don't know jack about what's going on in Gaza and the Hamas Israel war that's going on. There's so many people who don't know shit. All they know is what they're told on the news, what they find on the internet. 90% of it's a lie. And they believe they know the truth. So, they get online and they say things. Same thing, right? They're going after the president, or they're going after so-and-so, or they're going at, they just, everybody runs their mouth because there's no recourse. And again, so we're in the prosecution versus persecution, kind of mindset. This is like Salem witch trials kind of stuff. Like there was no, those women, for as many as there were, and for as many years as that went on, they weren't witches. Like, witches aren't real. We burned women alive because we claimed that someone claimed that they were witches, right? That's what this is. And we're not burning people at the stake literally, but we're doing some pretty horrific things to some people, and there's no recourse. Very, very rarely does anything come out of this where, it's there's punishment made, but we're ruining people's lives based on nothing other than our desire to do so. So I think we've got a pretty significant problem, and I'll be honest with you, folks. I said at the beginning of this, I don't know what the solution is. I really don't. It's all moved around by social media. That's the platform that that this thrives from. It's our lack of education in our kids. It's our lack of education as adults. It's a lack of discretion. It's a lack of mind your own business. It's all of that. And I don't know what the fix is, but I know that it is going to continue to tear this nation apart. It's going to continue to tear families apart, friend groups, friends in general, businesses. Everybody suffers because of this, but we can't help ourselves. And I don't know what the answer is. And I really, really wish I did, but it's something we all need to be aware of. And it's something, truthfully, just if it doesn't affect you, don't hit forward. Don't hit send. Don't say, hey, did you hear? Like that, you're not helping things. If you don't know, shut your mouth. Who knows why DHS kicked in Puff Daddy's front door in 2 different houses today? Who knows? I don't know. I heard the word on TV, human trafficking. That could be anything, truthfully. But who knows? So if you don't know, don't say, right? Don't talk out of turn. It's not your business. Mind your business. So, hey, listen, folks, that was a pretty quick hour.